We haven't tried this in advance, so...
This is actually a live tasting and mixing. We haven't tasted this, so we are pretty excited about it. The leaves are turning and we're finally going into that fall. And when we come into fall, it means something changes.
We get pumpkin seasoning.
That's right, pumpkin seasoning drinks, pumpkin seasoning baked goods. We're both chili heads, so we thought that we wanted to kick it up a notch this year. And you're not going to want to miss the end of this video where we're going to be tasting our super hyped up pumpkin spiced items. All right, let's get right to it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to teach you how to make your basic pumpkin spice. Have you ever done that before?
No, I have not.
Okay, so this is really simple. Your basic pumpkin spice, it basically has 5 ingredients. I've got a nice little jar like this that we're going to use to actually mix it up in. And I've got all of our spices pre-measured for you so that you don't have to watch us going through the whole measuring thing. Okay, so we're going to start with the cinnamon. We're going to take 3 tablespoons, which is
45 milliliters.
Just go right into, that's just like puffing up right away. And then we're going to put some ginger in. And that is going to be what? 2 tablespoons.
Or 10 milliliters.
And then we're going to dump in a little bit of nutmeg. 2 tablespoons or
10 milliliters.
What do we got next?
1.5 teaspoons of allspice. That is 7.5 milliliters.
Why don't you dump her in? All right.
Last but not least, we got 1.5 teaspoons of ground cloves. That is 7.5 milliliters.
Now that we've got everything together, we're going to just put the lid on the jar and give it a shake. Why don't you give it a shake?
Pick your poison.
Pick your poison. All right. So here we got our basic pumpkin spice mix, and let's just have a smell. Oh man, it smells like the stuff. And so we are excited to have this. This is like ready to go, and we could use it right now, but we need to kick it up a notch, right?
Yeah.
You've got a bowl there, and in that bowl, we have some ground black pepper. And you can also see this chili powder here. Now, this chili powder is from a chili that I got at our international aisle in our supermarket. I don't even know what it is, but it is so hot that it will blast your head off. I know that a 1/4 teaspoon does a bowl pretty nicely. And what we're going to do is we're going to take 3 tablespoons of this regular pumpkin spice. 1, 2, and 3, and we're just going to add that in there. Put that off to the side. I like to use a fork just to kind of turn it all around here. Now that we've got our pumpkin super spice, we're going to show you a couple of ways that we can use it.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to show you how to make pumpkin super spice granola.
That'll taste great.
It will. So, first of all, we're going to need 2 cups of oats. So we got that over there. Let's just dump that into our pan here. Oh, super. Excellent. And next thing we're going to need is 1 cup of nuts. And you can just mix them up whatever you want. Just pour those right in.
Just random nuts.
Just random nuts. Enough to drive you nuts. All right. And then next thing we're going to need is we're going to need some seeds. We've got pumpkin seeds and quinoa in here. And yeah, tip them out this way. Oh, beautiful. All right. And last but not least, we have a 1/2 cup of coconut. Oh, look at that. Okay. So what I'm going to get you to do is I'm going to get you to start to stir this up. But before you do, I want you to put 1 heaping teaspoon of pumpkin super spice right in there.
Teaspoon?
Yep.
I guess there. So that's a bit.
Yeah, that's a bit a lot. That's good. Okay, there we go.
That
1
is a
heaping teaspoon of pumpkin super spice. So for our liquid ingredients, we're going to start with maple syrup. And I know Canada's supposed to be known for maple syrup, but where we live, we don't have too many of the maple trees that grow it, so we have to buy it like everyone else in a jug. We just don't go out to the tree and tap it. I'd love to do that sometime. It's kind of fun. But what you need is 50 milliliters of our maple syrup and 50 milliliters of olive oil. You just put those into the beaker there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of stir this up a little bit so that we've got some ASMR. Now that we've got our liquid ingredients, I'll put that over there. We're just going to pour these over top of our
This is gonna taste amazing.
pot. Oh, it is. It's going to be great. Okay, I want you to stir this in while I just go rinse this out of the sink. You can actually turn it quite rapidly because you want to coat all of the oats and seeds. You want to coat all the oats and seeds so that they are looking kind of clumpy. And be careful to get right into the corners because that's where some of the dry oats like to hide. But if you look here, this is kind of the consistency that we're looking at. This is what you want it to be. So smooth it all off. All right, and I'm going to have you open the oven for me. And then we're just going to put it into the oven. Shut the door. We're going to leave that now in the oven for 30 minutes. But here's the trick. We're going to have to stir it every 5 minutes so that we get all that stuff equally coated. So why don't you go set the timer for 5 minutes, and we'll be back when it's done. We are now going to make our pumpkin super spice coffee. And, you know, this is a real easy way to do things. And we're going to start off with something that, especially this time of year, we start to get in our house, sweetened condensed milk. And we're going to take these glasses here, and we're going to pour liberally some of this wonderful sweetened goodness.
Whew. So unhealthy, but so good.
So we also are going to take half a teaspoon of our super spicy pumpkin stuff.
We haven't tried this in advance, so
I know this is actually a live tasting and mixing. We haven't tasted this, so we are pretty excited about it. So there's probably about 75 mils in each of the cups of the wonderful stuff. Now, we've got our maca pot here, which we have made some coffee in. Maybe we'll do another video in the future about how we make coffee with our maca pot, but today we're just going to use it. But before we do, I need the other spoon, and we need to stir these up.
stirring time.
Oh, this is going to be fabulous, guys. All right, here we go.
The caffeinated goodness goes in.
All right, do you want to stir them while I put this over back on the stove? I sort of modified this from a recipe that we used to make with coffee Vietnamese style. So this is almost a Vietnamese style coffee, but with pumpkin super spice. Here we go. Look at that. It's fantastic. One more thing that we need to add to this is we need to add some fruit. One of the things I discovered is that you put the fruit in when you finish baking it. I used to put it in before, and you used to get like really hard raisins or craisins or apricots or whatever else you put in there. And when you put it in afterwards, it just keeps it soft, fresh, and ready to go. So we're just going to sprinkle those in. Do you want to grab our spoon? It's right behind you. Okay, I'm going to stir because it's hot. And we'll just stir that in. And we have some fabulous granola. All right, let's get you some of that. There we go. There's a little bit for you.
Spoon.
I'll get you a spoon.
I'll do that.
A little bit for me. All right, we are now ready to eat it. We have our spoons. We have our bowls. We've let it cool down just a little bit. Okay, and ready to taste this granola.
Mmm.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Mmm.
Tastes so good.
It tastes fabulous. You guys are just gonna have to make some of this for yourself. Now, the moment that you've been waiting for, we are going to try our pumpkin super spice coffee. You ready? And to you.
Oh, that is delicious.
Mm. Oh, it's better than I thought it was going to taste. And it's got that tingle to it from the chilies that is
So
just
good.
amazing. You guys are going to want to try this one. This is our drink of the fall. And we've got our spoons and our granola, and we're ready to go. Are you ready for a taste? Now, it is going to be hot, so you're going to have to blow on it. Okay, you ready?